Okay, XDCAM users, we're going to show you how to strip your files off the, get your disks off onto the computer with a PDW-HR1. There's another one on there, the PDW-F75 series, the PDW-1500 series decks have the same thing on it. You're just going to hook the cable up to your local network. Just get an Ethernet cable, plug one into your router, the other end in the back of the unit, and make sure the deck is on network, and make sure disk is inside. That's queued up. You don't have to do anything else. And then what you're going to do is open up a web browser like Google or something. And then you're just gonna type in the default IP address. On the HR1, it's gonna be 192.168.1.100. And then it'll come up with username and password. And then type ADMIN, type PDW-HR1 is the default password, and then it'll come up with a virtual web page. So the unit has its own little web page that communicates through there, so you can strip your files and everything else. You'll just go through the menus real quick. Status information tells you the model number, the system information, and your other options like your option boards. What do you have in it? Things like hour meter tells you how many hours are on the unit. Software version has all the software version and packages on it. The only thing you're really concerned about, you get the files off the disk, is you're going to go to like disk properties. You just click it once, and then it'll tell you the disk or whatever, how many times it was rewrite, how many times it was formatted actually. So this was formatted 2 times. And then to get your clips, you're gonna go to thumbnails. You just click it once, and then it takes a little bit. It takes a little bit. A little slow on the communications there. So there you go. So there's your thumbnail, everything that you have on the disk. And then to download it, just click it once. Sometimes it does it. I don't know why. But just click it once. And then it'll come up with this. You got your different, you got high resolution, the low resolution file. And then it tells you all the clip formats and everything like that. But to download it, just go, you can use HTTP download, and then it's going to download it. It's an MXF file, and then it'll tell you whether you want to download it or not. You want to say keep, and then it'll say done, and then there's your clip. So it'll download it in the your default folder, where you store your downloads at on your Google browser, the default browser. So that's how you download clips off the unit. The camera has the same thing, the PDW-700. The 800 to 850 has an Ethernet port on the camera. It's the same thing. You just hook your camera up to your network and then log into your camera. Same way, it's just going to be the IP address. It's going to be like if you have, it's always going to be admins, the username, and then whatever model number you have, the password is going to be like if you have a PDW-700, the default will be lowercase PDW-700, and PDW, if you have an 800, it'll be PDW-800. If you have the 850, it'll be PDW-850. I'm not sure if the 680 had the network Ethernet capabilities on it. I'm not sure. But I think that was the first one that came out to be the full 422 1080 camera, I think. I'm not sure, about the history of the cameras, but this is how you download files off the XDCAM unit. The cameras are the same thing. You hook it up, type the IP address in, hook it to your local network, open up a web page like this, find out the default IP address for the camera, type it in on your browser, type in user password. It's the same thing. It's the same setup, same thing. And then network, it's just tells you your network account. You really don't need that. Menu, software updates, you can do your software updates. License registrations, you don't have to worry about that mess. So you're gonna go back to the thumbnails. You just click it once. It'll take you to the thumbnails. Don't double click it, otherwise it'll say rejected operation. So just click it once, and then it'll wait, and then it'll come up. If you double click it, if you go to like thumbnails and double click, that's gonna give you this. So just click it once and then wait, and then it'll come up with your thumbnails, and then you can browse your thumbnails or whatever, and then get your clips off the disk. So, and then there's 12, 13 through 24, or how many clips there are, and then you can page through your clips. And then this has got 29 clips on it, so you can do it that way. So that is how you get your clips off your camera and download them onto your computer. Now these are default, these are media exchange files, these are MXF files. So you can't use like Windows Media Player or anything, it won't recognize it. You have to have some type of video editing software or some type of application that supports the MXF file exchange. So you'll have to check that out. But no, this is how you download files off your camera or your PDW-HR1 or your PDW-1500, your PDW-F75, anything that's got, I think the 75's got it. The 70 doesn't, but I think that was an option for it, so you had to buy the option board for the Ethernet. If I'm not mistaken, I don't remember. But from the XT line cameras that came out, work the same way. You'll just have to get the manual and then kind of browse through it. But this is pretty much in a nutshell how you can communicate and download your clips off of XDCAM, off an XDCAM unit. Thanks for watching.